Assalamualaikum and hello. Today we want to present about elasticity in microeconomics. This is our team members and next they will explain about type of elasticity, application to the company, economic justification and reasoning, and relation to real business practice. Company we choose is Perodua. And now we move to the first member will be present the first type of elasticity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nafis, PDL 2502022, and today I want to explain about price elasticity of demand, PED. PED measure the responsiveness of quantity demand when the price of a product change. In simple term, it shows whether customer will still buy the product when the price increase or decrease. For Perodua, the demand for entry-level models such as Perodua Asia or Perodua Beza is relatively inelastic, which means the PED value is less than 1. This means that even if the price increase slightly, the quantity demand will not decrease significantly because consumers still need this car. There is several economic reasons behind this situation. First, there lack of direct alternative in affordable car segment in Malaysia. For car below than 40,000 to 50,000 ringgit, consumer have very limited choice beside Proton Saga or Proton Persona or Iris because most foreign brands such as Toyota or Honda sell car at much higher price, making them less affordable for lower and middle income consumer. Secondly, Perodua model are considered as necessity instead of luxury. Many Malaysians depend on car for daily commuting to work, education, family responsibility due to limited transportation coverage in certain area. In addition, e-hailing driver also rely on full efficient car like Perodua Asia or Perodua Beza because they are part of their source of income. Therefore, even Perodua increased price slightly because of inflation or rising material costs, many consumers will still continue purchasing the car because they remain one of the most affordable and practical option most option available. In terms of business practice, Perodua use value-driven penetration pricing strategy. The company intentionally put the price for vehicle lower than foreign competitor to attract mass market consumer because demand at this price range is relatively inelastic. Perodua can maintain very high sales volume and strong market share in Malaysia. For example, there are statistics in Malaysia which the Perodua Beza managed to achieve sale more than 100,000 units within the single year. It shows that the strong and stable demand for affordable Perodua vehicle. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today, I would like to present about income elasticity of demand, also known as YED, and how this concept can be applied to Perodua. First of all, income elasticity of demand measure how a change in consumer income affect the demand for a product. In simple terms, when people income increase, their ability to purchase goods and services also increase. However, the effect on demand depend on the type of product. For Perodua, the car are considered a normal good, specifically a necessity good, where the YED value is between 0 and 1. This means when the consumer income rise, the demand for the Perodua vehicle will also increase, but only at a stable and proportional rate. This is because Perodua cars are affordable and practical for daily use, making them a necessity for many Malaysians. For example, when the economy is stable and salaries increase, many people are financially capable of owning a car. However, instead of purchasing an expensive luxury vehicle, many middle-income consumers prefer affordable and fuel-efficient car like Perodua. Next, for the economic justification and reasoning, fresh university graduate and young worker usually require transportation for daily commuting. When they were students, they were mainly dependent on public transport, family vehicle, or motorcycle because of limited income. But once they start working and receive a stable monthly salary, their purchasing power increases significantly. As a result, owning a car become one of their first major financial goals. In addition, Perodua cars are also known for their reliability and low maintenance costs. This makes them attractive to young consumers who want a practical vehicle without spending too much money. Lastly, in the term of real business practice, Perodua use targeted marketing strategy to attract this consumer. The company understands that many young adults start considering buying a car when their income level improve. Therefore, Perodua launched a promotional campaign specifically targeted at fresh graduate and first-time job seeker. Besides that, the advertisement often focus on terms such as starting a career independence and building a better future. As a result, Perodua successfully capture consumers at the exact moment their income status improve and when they are ready to purchase their first car. In conclusion, income elasticity of demand help us understand the relationship between consumer income and demand for product. Product is a strong example for a normal necessity goods because demand for its vehicle increase when consumer income increase. By understanding consumer income pattern, Perodua is able to apply effective marketing strategies and maintain strong demand in the Malaysian market. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay. So today I would like to present about income elasticity of demand based on this slide, and the definition is income elasticity of demand measures how a change in customer income affects the demand of the product. So by application of the Perodua is during the economic downturns on periods of high inflation, Perodua models such as like MyV or AZA can periodically behave like inferior goods based on this slide. This means that when overall consumer disposable income drops, the demand for Perodua cars can actually increase in this slide. The economic justification and reasoning is the thus citing this effect that when the economy faces in recession, middle income household experience budget sequence or wage stagnation. Okay. Instead of buying or upgrading the expensive fragile luxury vehicles such as Honda or Toyota, this is consumer downsize expectations. The switch their preference to highly affordable, fuel efficient national cars like Perodua and lower their monthly financial liabilities, causing Perodua's sales to surge even when the border economy is struggling. By relation to real business practice, the Perodua use a value and utility campaigns, which is Perodua capitalize on his negative income dynamic by shifting the marketing narrative during top economic climates. Okay, instead of the focusing of luxury features, the promotional activity heavily expensive fuel economy, which is EEV status, low maintenance costs, and high resale value. These resources finally strain consumer that closing Perodua that is smartest, the most defensive economic decision they can make.
Good morning. My name is Nur Atika Shaira binti Nur Arifin. My ID number is PDA 2502039. Today I will explain the concept of cross elasticity of demand or ZIP by using the example of the Perodua Beza and the Proton Saga. First, let's us understand the definition. Cross elasticity of demand measures how the demand for one product change when the price of other related product changes. In a simple word, it shows whenever two products are substitutes or complements. If the Z value is positive, it means the two products are substitutes. For example, when the price of one product increases, consumer will switch and buy the alternative product instead. In the Malaysia car market, the Perodua Beza and Proton Saga are very closely substitutes. Both cars compete in the same inter-level sedan category and are targeted mainly at low and middle income consumer. The cross elasticity of demand between these two cars is considered high and positive. This means that price change in one car brand can strongly affect the demand of the other brands. For example, if Proton increase the price of the Saga, many consumers may decide to switch to the Perodua Beza because it offers a more affordable option. On the other hand, if Perodua raises the Beza's price too much, customers may move to the Proton Saga instead. This situation happens because buyers in this market segment are highly price sensitive. Most customers in the sub 50,000 category ringgit carefully compare price, fuel cost, and maintenance expense before making a purchase decision. Beside price, the consumer also compare product feature and value for money. Product often promotes the Beza's strongly fuel effect and large 508-liter boot space to attract consumers who are comparing it with the Proton Saga. This leads to the real business application of cross-elasticity of demand. Perodua constantly monitor Proton price strategy, promotion campaigns, and product package. This practice is known as competitive benchmarking. By studying Proton's market move, Perodua can adjust its own pricing, promotions, and advertising strategy to remain competitive. For example, if Proton launch discount or special package for the Saga, Perodua may respond with cashback offer, lower monthly installment, and or promotion highlighting the Beza fuel saving benefits. As a result, understanding cross-elasticity of demand helps companies predict customer behavior and make better marketing decisions in high competitive market. In conclusion, the Perodua Beza and Proton Saga demonstrate strong positive cross-elasticity of demand because they are close substitutes product targeting the same customer group. Any price change in one vehicle will likely influence the demand for the other vehicle. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Muaz Muhaimin and my ID number is PDL 2502006. Now, I will explain about cross-elasticity of demand XED and its application to Perodua. First, cross-elasticity of demand measures how the demand for one product changes when the price of another product changes. For Perodua, a complementary service to its vehicles is auto financing or bank hire purchase loans. The cross elasticity of demand in this situation is negative, which means when the cost of car loans increases, the demand for Perodua vehicles will decrease. This happens because most Malaysian consumers depend on bank financing to purchase cars. In fact, nearly 90% of buyers use credit facilities instead of paying fully in cash. So, when banks increase interest rates, the cost of financing becomes more expensive. Buyers then need to pay higher monthly installments, which reduces their purchasing power. As a result, the overall demand for Perodua vehicles will decline. In terms of real business practices, Perodua works closely with local banks to reduce the impact of rising interest rates. They collaborate with financial institutions to provide special interest rates and flexible 9-year financing packages. Besides that, Perodua also offers cash rebate promotions to reduce the burden of down payments and keep monthly payments affordable, especially for fresh graduates and first-time buyers. That is all for cross-elasticity of demand XED and its impact on Perodua. Now, I'm going to pass to my friend to continue the presentation.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Muhammad Izzarin Nukman bin Muhammad Azalizan and my ID number is PDL 2502035. Today, I want to tell about the price elasticity of supply, or we can call it PES. First, let's look at the definition. Price elasticity of supply measure how quickly a factory can increase its production when the market price or demand for a car goes up. In short, it is about how responsive a business is to market changes. Next, how the PES application Perodua. Perodua supply is highly inelastic in the short run, meaning they cannot change production instantly. However, their supply becomes elastic in the long run, meaning they can scale up and adjust production given more time. And what is the economic justification for this? In the short run, Perodua faces a production lag when a new car launch, such as their new EV project or latest SUV models. When demand skyrockets, they cannot easily clear the waiting list. This is due to strict manufacturing constraints like microchip shortage, physical paint line limits, and raw material assembly constraints. However, in the long run scaling over 1 to 2 years, Perodua can easily scale production because they rely heavily on local ecosystem. And finally, the relation to real business practice, Perodua practice massive localization, where over 19% of their parts are local. Perodua ingests nearly 2 billion ringgit Malaysia annually back into local vendors for supply parts like electronic components from local companies. Because of 90% to their components are sourced locally within Malaysia rather than imported. Perodua drastically reduce international shipping delays. This high localization makes their long run supply curve much more elastic and agile than foreign brands that rely on imports. In conclusion, understanding PAS helps Perodua manage production lags and leverage local vendors to remain competitive. That's all from me.
That's all from us.
Thank you.